Today we will be talking about graphing using intercepts. First of all, the x-intercept is going to be the point where our graph, or our line in this case, touches the x-axis. So it's the point where the graph touches the x-axis. In this case, our x-intercept occurs at 4, 0. If you want, you can draw a point there so you can see what it is. So this is the point 4, 0. So our x value is 4, and here the y value is 0. And actually, anytime you have an x-intercept, your y value will always be equal to 0. So you might be able to guess that the place where your line touches the y-axis is going to be called the y-intercept. So on this graph, your y-intercept is going to occur when y equals 2. And actually, you will have x equals 0. So it will be at the point 0, 2. So just like with the x-intercept, where y was always equal to 0, the y-intercept is always going to happen when x equals 0. Now we're going to do some examples where we find the x-intercept and the y-intercept without having a graph. So for our first one, we're going to have the equation 3x plus 2y equals 6. So if you remember from the previous graph, for the x-intercept, we said that that happened when y was 0. So actually, on this one, we're also going to do the same thing. To find the x-intercept, you are going to set y equal to 0. So in our equation, 3x plus 2y equals 6, we are going to substitute in 0 for y. When we simplify that out, you end up getting 3x plus 0 equals 6. Anything plus 0 is just itself, so we get 3x equals 6. That gives us an x-intercept at x equals 2. And actually, I would like you to always write your intercepts as a point. So if you remember, when we had coordinates, we had two things. The first one was the x-coordinate, the second one was the y-coordinate. So our answer here will be written as 2, 0. So you're going to do something similar to find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, we are going to set x equal to 0. Use the same equation as before, 3x plus 2y equals 6. So we're going to get 3 times 0 plus 2 times y equals 6, which is going to give us 0 plus 2y equals 6, or just 2y equals 6. If you divide both sides by 2, you will end up getting y equals 3. So we're also going to write this one as a coordinate. This time, since the x is 0, that 0 goes first, and the y is 3, so the 3 goes second. So our answer here is that our x-intercept is 2, 0, and our y-intercept is 0, 3. Now I'd like you to try these two problems on your own. So please press pause and try them on your own. So for number 2, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did in number 1. To find our x-intercept, we're going to start by letting y equal 0. That gives us 4x minus 2 times 0 equals 12, which gives us 4x equals 12. When you divide both sides by 4, you'll get x equals 3. So your x-intercept is going to occur at 3, 0. For the y-intercept, make sure you set x equal to 0. That's going to give you 4 times 0 minus 2y equals 12. For that part, make sure that you do not lose the negative here. That's a common mistake I see. You're going to end up getting negative 2y equals 12. Then you divide both sides by negative 2, and your answer is going to be y equals negative 6. So your answer for that one is going to be 0, negative 6. Now for number 3, same exact process. First of all, for our x-intercept, we are going to let y equal 0. So you get negative 3x plus 5 times 0 equals 10, which gives you negative 3x equals 10. And if you divide both sides by negative 3, you'll notice you get x equals negative 10 over 3, or 10 over negative 3. But I like to write it with the negative with the numerator. So don't let that scare you just because it's a fraction. For now, you can just write it as negative 10 over 3. And don't forget to write it as a coordinate point. So you're going to have a y of 0. Finally, your y-intercept for number 3. You're going to let x equal 0. That gives you negative 3 times 0 plus 5y equals negative 10. And you end up getting 5y equals negative 10, which gives you y equals negative 2. So your y-intercept is at 0, negative 2. So now let's try to use these points to graph. So once you get the hang of these, you'll find that graphing using the intercepts is a lot faster and more convenient than drawing an XY table every time. So the first step is you're going to find both the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So I would like you to pause and try what you did on the previous examples. Try to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So to find our x-intercept, once again, we are going to set y equal to 0, which gives us 2x minus 4 times 0 equals 8. That will give you 2x equals 8 and x equals 4. So your x-intercept will be at 4, 0. Your y-intercept, you're going to let x equal 0. You get 2 times 0 minus 4 times y equals 8. That gives you negative 4y equals 8. And then if you divide both sides by negative 4, you get y equals negative 2. So your y-intercept will be at 0, negative 2. So once you get these 2 points, you can actually draw your line. So we're going to first draw our x-intercept. It will be over on the x-axis at 4. Then we can draw our y-intercept, which will be on the y-axis at negative 2. And the last step for this is just to draw a line through it. And in the end, your line should look like that. So we have one more example today. This one, I would like you to pause and please try it on your own. So our first step for this one, just like the last one, is to find the x-intercept. Just like in all the previous problems, to find your x-intercept, you must set y equal to 0. So you're going to end up getting x plus 3 times 0 equals 6. Since 3 times 0 is 0, you're going to end up just with x equals 6. So your x-intercept will be at the point 6, 0. Your y-intercept, do the same thing as in the previous problems. You're going to let x equal 0. So you end up getting 0 plus 3y equals 6, or 3y equals 6. And if you divide both sides by 3, you end up with y equals 2. So your y-intercept will occur at 0, 2. So now go ahead and graph these. You first can draw either one. So I'm going to draw my y-intercept. It's at 0, 2. My x-intercept is at 6, 0. So your last step is to draw a line through the 2 points. And once you do that, you're done.